All right, welcome back. Man, Super Bowl 59 is over, and the Philadelphia Eagles are your Super Bowl champion.
Yes, indeed. And
Yeah.
then in championship fashion too. Good Lord.
Yes.
I mean,
Totally dominated.
boring Super Bowl, but gee, I mean, I'm not gonna say I see it coming, but when you got that kind of defense playing the way they was playing, I wonder how busy they were gonna be messing with Patrick Mahomes. But I just thought that Andy Reid will find a way. They'll roll him out, they'll max protect or something. But every time he tried to step back up into the pocket, man, they just had all this pressure up the middle.
Right.
All this pressure. And he would try to do his signature seep through the cracks and then take off running. They wouldn't let him do it. They just wouldn't let
Mm,
him do it, man. And it kept doing the same thing over and over and over. And then he finally started trying to roll out. But
right.
since they only blitzed four and they still was getting pressure on him, they still had the coverage. So he was throwing plucks all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at
One interception. I think the offensive lineman was pushed into him. Yeah, he was under pressure the entire game. I mean, he looked like Joe Burrow back there.
yeah, man.
He was pressured all game, and it just didn't even look like the Chiefs. I'm wondering, did we just miss that about the Chiefs all season long? That the offensive line had a lot of issues. I
We didn't. We gave them credit because they had two rookie offensive linemen out there. So, we kind of just gave it credit to, Andy Reid being able to coach them up, and play decent over all this time because he really wasn't he wasn't like one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league. And from the games I remember seeing him play, he didn't look like he was under a lot of duress, you know. Um, so I thought the lineman for the season played pretty decent. Uh,
but 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 we both said they weren't as explosive as they have been in
no,
the past.
definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah. So I mean, but we could see the talent at the receiver position. Kelsey didn't seem like he had dropped off, but something was wrong. We could tell something was wrong. Something was holding them back. And maybe it was this offensive line all along. Maybe it
Right.
was just the fact of the inexperience. Not that it was just bad, it was just inexperience.
Right. Yeah.
So it was all exposed. That's all I know. It was exposed for the Super Bowl, maybe the 2 weeks of Vic Fangio having to watch film on these on the Chiefs and finding weaknesses, and he totally exploited. So kudos to the Eagles, man. And
Yeah, man.
I'm just happy for Jalen Hurts. I wanted him to win this Super Bowl because I didn't like the way he was treated when he was first drafted. The
Yeah.
questioning of whether or not he was a real quarterback. Um, when he finally got to play, or I don't know if you remember this, but that season, right? I guess they thought they were basically tanking by playing him with Wentz hurt or whatever was wrong with Wentz at the time,
Right.
and he was winning.
Right.
His first game was against the Saints, and I remember he beat us. It was like I thought we was going to win. We was on like a 9-game winning streak. It was like, oh, we're playing a rookie quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Oh, we good,
Yep.
and he beat us, and he kept winning. And then, oh, what's his name? I'm trying to remember the coach at the time for the Eagles. But
Oh,
anyway,
Doug Peterman. Peterson.
Doug Peterson. That's right, Doug Peterson.
Yep.
And he benched him to help them lose, and he ended up getting fired for that foolishness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
But you know what? I was having an argument with a couple people too as well when he came out. First of all, I said he was gonna be drafted early, and people was like, nah, he probably third, fourth round. He probably be a third or fourth round. And I'm like, how's he coming from Oklahoma where he put up those numbers at Oklahoma and he gonna be a third or fourth? I mean, he came from Alabama. I understand he got benched, okay? But he went to Oklahoma and showed out. I mean, he was putting up monster numbers there.
he was.
So I'm like, so how does that get pegged in the third or fourth round? They're
Mm-hmm.
like, they just in that offense that I think it was Lincoln Riley at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Was it still Lincoln Riley at that time? Yeah.
It it
Uh,
was.
he has a quarterback friendly offense.
Hmm.
So quarterbacks are just going to do well in his offense. But the problem is, if he was a bad quarterback, he wouldn't have been able to do good in that offense. Because you still got to throw.
Right.
You got to throw a lot in that offense. So, when they picked him, I was like, not that I thought that they were going to be the team was going. He just going to take the team on his back and take him to the Super Bowl. But like, you put some talent around him, he might could do okay because he uses his legs, he runs. You know what I'm saying? He did that all through his college career. He plays it almost the exact same way he played in college, man.
Yep.
It's
He
almost the
does.
exact same. You go look at film of him in Oklahoma and even in Alabama, he plays almost the exact same way. The exact same way. He uses his legs, he runs when he needs to. You give him a little, if you're in any kind of man-to-man defense and you give him a little, like little lanes to get through, he's taking off. He's
He's
committed.
taken.
He's not, it's
Yep.
no, am I gonna run? He takes off and he's gone. And it kills defenses when you got everything locked up and then a quarterback take off for 10, 12 yards.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
killing.
Yep. He did that against the Chiefs.
And he did it against the Chiefs, kept doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And the one thing, when he first came in, the first 2 years, he struggled to throw the deep ball. His deep ball was not getting there. I remember when he played the Cowboys and y'all beat him. And whenever he threw it deep, y'all picked him off.
Yeah.
It's like, and I could see he worked on it. He got better with that. So, I'm really happy for him. I was really rooting for him to win the Super Bowl and get that MVP
Well,
because
they give him people that he could trust now. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Bringing in AJ Brown, you know what I'm saying? If he sees that 1-on-1, he really doesn't care if he's open or not. He just gonna toss it up and
right,
let his man make a play.
right,
You know?
right.
You if you give him that kind of, what I'm saying, weapon that he could do that with, then you just basically can't be 1-on-1 over there with AJ Brown.
Right. Well, I mean, but that's the beauty of it. I mean, to me, like once you solidify the quarterback position, which they did, they solidified the quarterback position. The GM was able to work around him and get all the other pieces to support him. Right.
Mhm.
Like you mentioned, AJ Brown. They drafted Smith. Then you get Saquon Barkley, right? And they got Dallas Goedert at tight end. They were loaded.
Oh,
And
we
then,
already talked. We talked about that at the draft. We said they won the draft, and then a little
yep,
bit they won the off season. You know what I'm saying? When you bring in Saquon, so we was already they won both. They won the draft and
yeah. And we hadn't even talked about the defense and how they loaded up on the defense and
loaded.
got a stud from the Saints, and Zach Bond got a
Mhm.
stud. Got it. He couldn't even crack the starting lineup. He couldn't even come in as second string. We had him on punt coverage. Yeah, he goes to Philadelphia now. He's all pro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just it's crazy, but that just shows you that organization,
Yep.
Howie Roseman and that organization is just they're the creme de la creme of organizations right now because he's done it with two different he did it with two
Quarterbacks,
different coaches,
coaches.
two
Yep.
different head coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Two
Two
quarterbacks too.
different
Three
quarterbacks.
different quarterbacks. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, technically three different quarterbacks, yeah.
Yeah, because you
But
got to give Wentz some credit for
you got to
for
give
that.
Wentz some credit for that start
Yeah,
of the season. He put him in position to be where they could be a top seed.
I mean, he was considered MVP. He was
Oh
considered for
yeah,
the
no, he was
MVP at that
20.
season.
He had like 26 touchdowns, zero interceptions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, he
Something it
started
was
off the
stupid
season.
at the time.
It
Yeah.
was stupid. That pick looked like genius for them to move up to go get him because he was not on nobody's radar
No.
until right before the draft.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm
Right. Right.
saying? And he came out of nowhere, went up there, and they looked genius at first. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but yeah, Rosen and them, they're doing it with different quarterbacks, different coaches. You know what I'm saying? And to make it so bad, they're getting better and better and better every time. Even one coach went out, they got better next year when they had Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Then 2 years later, I mean, you went to the Super Bowl with Hurts when he in what is his second year? You know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah. His second
saying? And
was
now
it either
fourth year,
either
he went there again.
second or third year. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the fourth year, you right back again.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're not paying anybody too ridiculous. I mean, you got some big contracts, but they ain't crazy. I mean, Hurts, I think is making 50 million a year. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's not like you pay him top dollar. You ain't paying him Dak money, you know, 60 million a year. But you should be because he's more successful than that, you
Right.
know. And they have something that's repeatable. You know what I'm saying? And the thing I like about their organization, I hate to say this because they're rivals in my division, but they never stop trying to get better.
Right.
Even when their team is good, man, they go get Saquon Barkley. Dallas ain't even look at that dude. We ain't even reach out for him. We ain't reach
That's
out for Henry.
insane.
That's bad enough. We ain't reach out for Henry. But then Saquon Barkley out there. You don't try to go get him. You don't bring in DeAndre Swift at least. At least
Nah,
DeAndre
nah,
Swift.
y'all thought Zeke still had it.
Oh no, that's that's what the case. The problem is why are you thinking that Rico Dowdle was going to be enough? He's okay. He's okay as a helper back, but he's
Mhm.
not good as your main back.
Right.
He'll get you like tough yardage, but he not breaking the big one. And in
Mhm.
this league, you're gonna have a running back that's gonna be like a top notch running back. He gotta break the big one.
Right. Right.
Gotta be able to break the big one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Eagles did everything right this year. I'm happy for the city of Philadelphia, even though they basically destroyed the city. Um,
Right. Oh, and that's the thing. Saquon wasn't even the start of the show.
no,
They
no,
had they had they had Saquon in a box.
yeah, Saquon was averaging 2.3 yards a carry, 25 carries for 57 yards.
Had him locked up,
Yeah.
dog.
I felt like he was gonna break one. I was like waiting for him to break it, and he never did. But Jalen was killing him. 11 carries, 72 yards.
Yep. Yep. If you can run for almost 10 yards every time you taking off at the quarterback, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when you got short yardage, you're gonna get the tush push on you.
Yep.
So yeah, man.
Yep. So speaking of the tush push, do you think the NFL is going to ban it next year?
Man, I've been saying it. Y'all heard me. You heard me saying this on your show 2 years ago. They're gonna ban that shit. I like to go and ban it. They're gonna have to come up with another way to get short yardage. They still ain't banned this, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. They're clearly assisting the quarterback from behind to move forward.
I know, right?
That I could have sworn that was illegal.
It used to be you could not push a player forward.
Yeah, you couldn't pull or push a player forward. You could not help him move forward. They're gonna have to put that back in there. They're gonna have to
Yeah.
because it is you're putting about 800 pounds of force coming downhill against 3 or 4 linemen.
Well, somebody's going to get hurt. That's what I feel is going to happen.
Well, I'm
Because
surprised people don't get hurt more often.
I
The only
know, right?
person
I'm a
I
little
ever seen
surprised about
get
that
hurt,
too.
the last person I seen to get hurt on a play like that was Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, that's right. Because that's right. He don't do it anymore.
He don't do it no more because he ripped his knee off that one time. Like,
Yeah.
come on, yo, you gotta know it's a freak accident. If the play's unstoppable, develop the damn play and use it yourself too. Ain't
Right.
that? If I'm a
Right.
coach, I'm saying, hey y'all, we using that. I don't care who said they invented it. We using that. When we get down to 3rd and 2, 4th and 2, 4th and 1. Oh, we using it every time. Y'all gonna have to stop it. You know,
Right.
we gonna learn it. We're gonna use it because I see how effective it is.
Right.
It
Right.
ain't
No, every team has got some kind of play. The Saints don't quite do it. They bring out Taysom Hill and they run like a quarterback power out of shotgun, which is basically the same thing. It's pretty much unstoppable. But
yeah,
every team has their own version of it. Like KC, they do it with the tight end. Like I think even there's some other team that runs their tight end in motion, and then that tight end gets on the center and they do a tush push to him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I seen them.
So yeah. So every team has their own version of it. So it's just interesting to see what the NFL is going to do about it because that situation with the Commanders in the playoff game where the guy kept jumping over the pile,
Yeah.
the tackle hurts.
Uh-huh.
It created so much of an issue. Because I mean, what are the defense to do? You have no other option but to jump over the pile to stop this unstoppable play.
What the problem is that it's the leverage and the weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to get low to
Right.
leverage them, right? You have to. But the problem is when you go low, That's why I was talking about this 800 pounds you got. You got three 300-pound linemen right there in the middle, right? So it's more than 800 pounds. We talking about more like 17, 800 pound, right? So you got the three 300-pound linemen in there. That's 900 pounds. Then you got another 250 coming behind you in Jalen Hurts. 240 coming behind you in Jalen Hurts. And don't forget, Jalen Hurts'
Another
bench
five.
press is about 600 pounds.
Right, right.
Okay. So his legs, and then another 200 yards on each side, 200 pounds on each side
Each
behind,
side
pushing
pushing
him.
it. Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
crazy. Yeah,
1,600 pounds. And the thing is, if you try to go low, that 1,600 pounds comes down on top of you and just pushes you down, makes you like a mat, and they just
right,
run over top of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to beat that because if you go over top, they go underneath you.
right,
And you just riding on their back to 2 yards. But if you try to go low, the weight comes down on you, push you to the ground, and then they just walking on you like a doorman. You know,
right,
it's they could at least make it so you can't push the guy from behind.
right. I think they're gonna change it. They're gonna go back to the old rule where you can't assist a player forward.
Yeah,
So
because I mean we seen Tom Brady doing it forever, right? When he gets down to the 1 yard line, he'll do the we seen him do the just a regular quarterback.
yeah, quarterback sneak.
You
Yeah,
know,
quarterback keep right up the between the A gap. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, we seen him do it, but he wasn't doing it on every fourth down and every third and two and every, you know what I'm saying? It
right.
was
But he wasn't doing it with no assistance either.
right. Well,
So
he was doing it with no assist. He ain't had nobody push him in the back.
no, nobody was pushing him. This tush push thing just come out of nowhere. And it's because the league has changed the rules and allow you to do this rugby style of
Yeah,
football.
yeah,
And
man.
what's going to happen, defenses are going to get desperate. Like the Commanders were desperate. They needed to make a stop.
Yep.
And the only solution they had was to jump over the pile. And they had to
Yeah,
time it perfectly.
yeah, because he had. I think they stopped him one time doing
They
that.
did. It worked one time.
Worked
But
one time. But
but
here go Philly. Okay, we just changed the cadence.
they changed the cadence,
You
right?
can get it automatic. Like
It
the shit is unstoppable,
hurts.
man.
It hurts would just move out the way and just let him jump over.
Yeah. Because he sees
Yo,
you coming. He sees you coming. So
right,
he don't have to snap the ball.
right.
You timing it trying to get it right there. He you can't get that when he changing it up like that, man.
Right, right, right. So let's go back to the Super Bowl. So now that the season is over with, the Chiefs were exposed. They were down 24-0 at halftime, and it looked like they had no answers.
Smashed.
What do the Chiefs do to get back to this point? What do they have to do? What do they have to add? Does Kelsey even come back?
Well, I mean, we do have to realize that they did have some injuries. They had some injuries that they were going through. Um, so you're going to get Rasheed Rice back. I don't know how much you're going to play because he has some legal issues going on as well.
Mm.
But he's going to come back. I don't know if Kelsey coming back. Kelsey's like what 35,
Yeah,
30.
something like that.
I'm not sure if he's coming back, but he don't look like Kelsey of old. He has looked like him all season. And in that Super Bowl, he was non-existent.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely non-existent.
he's 35. His girlfriend is super rich. I mean, is there any motivation to keep playing this game and getting bruised up and beat up?
Hey, ever since he been with Taylor Swift, been in decline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
yeah, but not only that, his hairstyle has changed.
Yeah.
He looks different. He doesn't look motivated to play this game anymore.
Nah, man. Nah. So I think that they're gonna get some linemen, try to get them some protection. You know what I'm
You think?
saying? They try to go with the rookie lineman this year. I think they kind of had to. And it worked for the most part, but we saw that they could be exposed. Because if you just sitting in 4 against 5 and you're getting there every time,
Right.
that's not good. That's not good at all. Especially with a brilliant coach like Andy Reid. You think he'll be able to figure it out. And he just couldn't figure it out. They tried to roll Patrick out, and that's when he started throwing interceptions. I mean, um, I think that's what you got to do, and you also got to get back to being able to run the ball because
That's what I was going to say. I
they
would
didn't
think they'd get a
run the
running back.
ball. I thought that they would kind of try to exploit the run game some more because you got those two running backs and they relatively fresh. Um, I thought Pacheco and Kareem Hunt just didn't get involved enough,
Yeah, I
and
didn't think
it
they had
was
that
still
many
close.
opportunities, but
Yeah.
because the game was out of hand
Well, the game was
in the
close
second
early
quarter.
though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the game was close early. I mean, they both had two, three and outs. They get, you know what I'm saying? And then Philly scored, I think, on the next go. But they were still close, even after they were down 10-0. And then the next drive, Patrick Mahomes throws a pick six, which is again
Right.
uncharacteristic. I was hearing so much about how people were saying, hey, these two quarterbacks don't turn the ball over, they don't throw interceptions. You know what I'm saying? So take the prop that they're gonna throw less than one interception. That's the whole thing with people. And not only
And
did both of them throw interception, Patrick Mahomes throws three of them,
two,
and one of them was a pick six. Pick six.
yeah. Well, I think he only threw two.
He'll do two. Oh, okay, I thought it was
Yeah, he
three.
threw two.
Okay.
So, but yeah, one was a pick six. The other one was Zach Bond. Was while they were on their side of the field. I think it was like at the 15, 20 yard line. Zach Bond caught that interception.
Right.
So, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And I truly believe the Eagles had everything to go their way in this game. Everything.
Yeah.
Pick sixes, a pick six.
Yep. They got
Jalen
most of
Hurts
the
was running
calls.
wild.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Truly
everything.
efficient. They didn't have to do a whole lot. It was
Right,
easy from the very beginning. The defense actually should have got the MVP because the defense just stifled uh KC. Offense
right.
didn't have to do much.
It
Saquon,
didn't.
like I said, Saquon was 2 yards a carry.
Right. Yeah, I truly believe because Hurts' numbers weren't that great.
No, they were
Even with the
mundane.
even with the rushing, he still didn't have 300 yards of offense.
Yeah.
So I would have given it to the defense, especially with the fact that they sacked Patrick Mahomes 6 times, and I don't think he's been sacked 6 times in his career.
It looked like I haven't seen the Chiefs offense get stifled like that in the first half since they played Houston like 5 years ago in the AFC Championship game. And they were down
Mm-hmm.
same score, 24-0 at halftime.
Yeah, but I mean, like Josh Sweat sacked him 2.5 times.
Yeah.
That to me, that's MVP numbers.
Yeah.
You get 2.5 sacks in a playoff Super Bowl game,
Yeah.
you dominated.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah, that's big time. I don't quite get. I mean, I get it. I do get it.
We always say, you already said it. It's a quarterback. Everybody is about the quarterback. Quarterback
It's
gets,
all about the quarterback. Yeah,
they get all the wins. They get the credit for the wins. You know, um, yes, it's everything's driven for the quarterback.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, because him and Milton Williams had 2 sacks, at least 2 sacks in this game. So yeah, no, it was a phenomenal game. Good on the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Hopefully Kellen Moore, who is now the Saints head coach. Yes, it is official. He is now the Saints head coach. Hopefully he can bring some new blood to the Saints. He can just rip this band-aid off on his team and just start anew. You know, look, you didn't want to do what Sean Payton wanted to do. All right, don't run his system anymore. Let's just move on. You know, the whole thing with Dennis Allen was to try to maintain what they had and the culture and all that stuff from Sean Payton, and Dennis Allen couldn't do it. So let's start anew. I want Kellen Moore. I want to cut Derek Carr, count our losses, give him his 50 million, let him go on. Let's start with a fresh new roster. Hey, we might even lose multiple double-digit losses this upcoming season. I'm fine with it. Just
Mhm.
develop young players and let's start anew.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and y'all kind of luck boxing up a little bit because he just coming from a Super Bowl winning team, so he get
Mm-hmm.
to steal some stuff and bring it to y'all team.
Exactly. Exactly. So,
I mean, he's seeing how the best organization in football right now is
yep.
being run from the inside.
Yep. And he can bring some of that talent from the Eagles, the coaching talent,
Yeah.
because I'm sure he's going to bring some of his offensive guys with him. He might bring some guy to be his offensive coordinator and his quarterback coach from Philly to be with him. I heard what was the coach of the Chargers a few years ago? Staley.
Staley, uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm hearing that he may bring Staley on as his defensive coordinator.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
think
good.
that's a
That's good
good
for
situation. Yeah, and so a good situation to build on. Hopefully, he can get something out of Alvin Kamara as he's getting older. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't understand how he got a head coaching job this quick in his career. But
I know he's 36.
yeah, man, he only been coaching for about 5, 6 years total. I mean, total, not just offense coordinator, total
What?
coaching.
What? I mean, he was backing up Dak at one point.
Exactly. He backed up Dak like 6 years ago. 5 or 6 years ago. He was in the league as a backup.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, 5 years later, he's a head coach.
He's a head coach too.
And what's my boy Eric Bieniemy don't get an interview yet? Come
The
on.
Eric Bieniemy is the running backs coach for the Chicago Bears or somebody. I think it
That's
is.
crazy. And the funny
Yeah,
thing is, Chiefs offense, quiet as kept, has not looked the same since he been gone.
because he's been gone. Yep. Yep.
Nope, it's not even look close to the same.
Yep. And he can't get a head coaching job.
Not
The
even
Saints, the Saints interviewed him,
this
and
year.
then no, this was 2021.
Mm,
They interviewed him
wow,
and basically told him, "Hey, thanks for the interview, but we're going to hire Dennis Allen. However, would you like to be his offensive coordinator?"
wow, wow.
Yeah, and his credentials were far better than Dennis Allen. It's like, well, why would you not hire this dude?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yep. Yep. And now what? 4 years later, we're looking for a new head coach again.
Wow.
So,
Mm-mm-mm.
but yep,
Crazy.
good season. Sad part about this is that now we got to wait 6 months to the next season.
I mean, the draft 2 months away. That'll be here before we know it.
Yep, yep, yep. And then we'll
Starting
have
to
our
next season.
start building up the excitement again for the next season. So,
Yep. Yep. But till then, we got NBA. Lay it on.
yep, got NBA and we got Luka Doncic in
Yeah.
LA now.
And I'm a Lakers
Crazy.
fan. I gotta say, this is probably one of the best pickups I see we had since Shaq. And I don't include LeBron. No, I don't. Okay. Everybody's so what about LeBron? No. I think
Why you
this is
don't
a
include
pickup than
LeBron?
I think it's a bigger pickup than LeBron. Because LeBron
Wow.
seemed like he was there for a money move.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He got to choose to go anywhere he wanted to. He wanted to go to the biggest place where he could make the most money off the court. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
As
And
opposed
I,
to go win a championship.
and I think he already probably lived in LA.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I had a home out there for sure.
Yep. And then he did what the Space Jam movie. So it was just like Shaq. There's a reason Shaq moved to LA. He wanted to do movies.
Yeah, yeah. And he definitely did.
Yep, he
Yeah.
sure did. So, but yeah, I mean, but what's funny is AD is he out for the season, but he got hurt that game. His
Out,
first game with the Mavs.
out for the season. And he was beasting too, yo.
He was.
He was looking like, oh, maybe they didn't get stuck on this trade. Good Lord. He had like 12 rebounds in the first quarter. It's something crazy, yo. Uh
Yeah.
uh and then all of a sudden, I don't know what his abductor muscle got torn or something like that.
And like I said, man, great player, but man, always hurt.
Mr.
It
Glass.
never failed.
Mr.
Mr.
Glass.
Glass. He is.
Since he came from New Orleans, he's been like that. I mean, since he been in the
In the league. He was like that with the Hornets and then Pelicans when he became the
yeah,
Pelicans. He
yeah,
stayed hurt. I just couldn't understand. I was like, man, he's great. He can lead this team, but always something wrong.
yeah. When he's healthy and not hurt, one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
He cannot stay. His best availability is his best ability is
Bill
availability.
Billy.
He only get
Yep.
like a 24 man rating in that.
Yeah, and I can totally understand why the Lakers jumped at this trade. Like I understand Dallas called them and was like, "We'll do it for AD." We're like, what? Where do we sign?
Right.
Take him now.
Right.
Yeah, no hesitation. We'll throw something in to sweeten the deal for you.
Right. Yep.
but, but yeah, yeah, no, the explosive trade. This makes the season exciting. I'm switching focus now to the NBA. I'll be still watching my Pelicans, even though they stink. Um, I like watching Zion play, so I'll be watching.
Hey,
Um,
speaking of Mr. Glass,
yeah. Speaking of Mr. Glass, yeah,
I can't stay healthy neither, man. Good Lord.
yeah,
I guess mostly it's just a weight issue because I know it has to do with all that jumping he does. He's so explosive.
mm-hmm.
That gravity though, gravity still exists. And you can't be 285, 290 jumping like that, man. It's just I always thought he had a weird body shape to be that damn explosive in the first place.
Right.
This first step is just crazy.
And well, his jumping ability, he has a
Yeah.
quick jump,
Quick
like
jump, so quick. He gets up so quick, so
so
fast.
fast.
Ah,
But not only that, he can jump and get back up,
yeah, right back up.
right back up. He's just
Right.
instant.
Yep, yep.
Like he is so quick.
So quick, man. So quick. But you got to come down. What goes up, got to come down.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's
And
280 coming down.
yeah, well, I mean, like I don't know, and I think hopefully that's what helps Luke out too. But you look at him and Zion; they are not in the best shape.
Nah.
And hopefully LeBron can rub off on Luca. And I
Mhm.
don't know who can rub off on Zion, but they need to hire a chef. You making millions, dude. I would have a personal trainer and chef at the house waiting for me.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't eat at not one restaurant in New Orleans. The food is too delicious and bad for you. Don't eat
right.
there. Go home, get your chef to make something for you, healthy.
That's what I'm saying. As much money as he making, man, he can have a diet. He can have a chef. He can have the
All
healthy
right,
every night.
right.
Like what the problem is.
I,
You have an indoor gym at your house. You can have one in every. You can have a gym membership in every state in the country.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, what's the problem?
I look. I know if I had $100 million contract and I played in the NBA, dude, I would be on that TB12
Yep,
diet, eating avocado,
yep,
um, ice cream,
yep,
and
yep.
all the stuff he ate. Man, I would be in fantastic shape because that
Man,
would be my job. Like LeBron said,
exactly.
that's my body is my job. My body, you know, gets me these jobs and this
Right,
money.
right. I mean, it's no secret to why. It's not an accident that LeBron's been playing for this long at this level. I mean, he spends millions on his health every year, just specifically on diet and exercise. That's
Not
it.
just play,
You can say
but
like
play at a high level.
5 to 10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, a year, and he
just on
plays at
that.
a high level. He's
That's right.
scoring 40 points at 40.
Yeah.
That's unreal. That hadn't happened before.
What are we talking about? Yes, it has happened before. What are we talking?
Oh, well, who scored 40 at age
The,
40?
the the GOAT Michael Jordan could score 40 at 40. What are you talking
I
about?
don't think he scored 40 at
He
40.
was the first to do it. What are you talking about?
Did he score 40?
Yes.
I remember he scored
When he played with
20.
the Wizards, he scored 40. I think he scored 50 one time when he was with the Wizards.
But yeah, I know he did that, but I don't think he was 40 when he did that.
Yes, he was 40 when he
He
scored
was
40.
40?
Yeah. When he scored 40, he was 40. He was the first one to do 40 at 40.
Okay, okay. Now I remember because I mean, the last year that he played with the Wizards, he was 40. But the year that because I think he played what 2, 3 years with the Wizards.
I think it was two.
It
Uh,
was two. I know when he was 39, he had the 40 and 50 game. But the following year, man, he could barely make it through that season.
yeah, he was hurt.
He was hurt often, and that's what happens when you get to be that age. But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you know, but when LeBron, he keeps his body in shape, and I think he's played more than he's played when before he got to this age.
Well, I mean, LeBron has always been on the thing. That was the whole thing with the whole GOAT thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
GOAT things is, you know, Michael Jordan was playing 72, 82 games a season.
82 games. He was playing the full season.
LeBron was playing 50,
Yeah.
42, 48. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? He only played 82 games one time
Yeah.
in his
Yeah.
whole season, 22 years.
He was doing the load management.
Yeah, Jordan did that
Him
shit
and
like,
Kawhi.
yeah, Jordan did like 6 or 7 times.
Yep.
Play every
Yep.
game, you
Yep.
know. So it's if you're going to have load management and stuff like that, that's going to be a regular thing that helps extend your season. It
Yep.
just does, you know.
It does.
And then like you said, he has the best the medical now is light years better than it was back then too. You know what I'm saying? When
Yep.
you get those injuries, you way back when you're on the court a lot quicker now than you
Yep.
were before. They
But not
got
only that, you had injuries back then that were like career enders.
career enders, right? Right.
Yeah. You tore your Achilles, your career was over.
Yeah, especially as a jumper.
Yeah. Well, I remember Isaiah Thomas. I couldn't remember what happened to him. He's like, oh, he tore his Achilles. He was done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your career was over if you tore your Achilles back then.
Yep. Yep. I don't
So,
even know if they had load management back then. I don't remember
no,
people being off arrest
no,
like,
no, no,
like at all. You know?
no. I mean, them dudes used to play with neck braces. I mean, they
Yeah.
didn't care. They didn't care about their health. You
Mm-mm.
know, I mean, I know we joke about that. They were warriors back then, but they were stupid. That was dumb to play, injured like that. And that's why their careers were so short. That's why Larry Bird, we didn't get 16 years of Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? He blew out his back.
Right.
He
Yep.
played through pain. He played through all of those injuries, which
Yeah.
was noble, but you shorten your career.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he was a shell of himself in '92.
Right.
he had to play in spurts. He'll have him out there. He'll hit a couple of threes, make a couple of nice shots. Then you see him on the sideline, lying on the floor, stretching out his back. It's like, dang, he was an
Right.
old man at like 35.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, but yeah. So, yep. NFL season is over. NBA season is picking up. So we will be watching and coming up and bringing up stuff and talking to you guys, and we'll be preparing for college basketball. So tune in. Make sure you keep watching. So you ready to
Yep.
wrap this thing up, man?
Yes, indeed, man.
All
Let's get
right, let's get it. So hey, we do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
holla.